I'm here with number 9 from St. Catharines, Keelan. Keelan, how do you think that first period went?
They're strong defensively. We haven't played them all year. They're 14-1, so they're flying, obviously, throughout the year. We just got to start cutting better, finding better looks, and I think we'll break them down soon.
Okay, so you mentioned that they're 14-1. You guys are 7-8 coming into this game. What was your kind of game plan to get back to 500 against this tough team?
Yeah, we know they're like the big dogs in the league, so we got to outwork them. That's the only way we're going to get to them. Obviously, they're very skilled, so we got to outwork them at their own game because they're Orangeville. They're going to come here thinking we're just another team they're going to roll over, so we got to make sure we're coming out flying.
Okay, so does knowing heading into this game that they're just looking at you as another team they're just going to roll over, does that give you extra motivation, or you guys need to use that to prepare extra?
Yeah, it's extra motivation. You know, like shock a couple of people that follow the league a little bit. It'd be a huge win for us. We've already beat a couple big teams, so there's no reason we can't beat these guys.
Okay, so one more question. On a personal level, what are you going to have to look to do in the second and third period to open up the floor a little bit?
I got to get back to my game. I'm letting my outside shot go. I was dropping the balls a bit there at the start, but I think if I get going again, we can win this game.
Okay, thanks a lot. Now we're going to throw it to break, and we'll come back with Molly and myself for the second period. Welcome back to Junior B Lacrosse on Rogers TV. It is 9-3 Orangeville after 2 periods. I'm here with number 28, Justin Brack of Orangeville. Justin, how did you feel that period went?
We came out strong there. We played well defensively, and then our transition got us going there with a couple of big goals, so we just got to keep that going.
Okay, so you mentioned you guys came out well, and then it seemed you guys went into a bit of a lull in the middle of the period there. What kind of happened? You guys obviously turned it on at the end.
We kind of took a step back and kind of got comfortable for a bit, but we can't let that happen, and we got out of it pretty quick, and our transition really helped us out there.
Okay, and on a personal level, you had a bit of a rough stuff there, and you also scored a goal. So how would you recap that period for yourself? Do you feel it was a good period?
Yeah, I feel it was a good period. Getting under skin's a part of my game, and finishing when I get the chances, so it was a good period for me.
Okay, so going into the third period, you guys have a big lead here. What are you guys looking to do in the third?
Not make any big mistakes. Our defense got to stay strong like we've always been. Ralphie's been great in net, and if our O can get us a couple goals, we'll be good to go.
All right, thank you, Justin. We'll now head to break and come back with the third period. Thank you, Molly. Once again, a 9-5 Orangeville win tonight. I'm here with Orangeville head coach Bruce Codd. Bruce, how does it feel to extend the undefeated home streak and the win streak?
Obviously, we're happy with the result we got tonight. Thought we kind of let our foot off the gas a little bit in the third period, which I'm not overly happy with. But no, it was good effort for about 55 minutes, and obviously we're, like I said, happy with the result.
Okay, you mentioned a bit of a struggle there in the third period. What do you attribute that to? Do you think maybe just too big of a lead or something else?
Actually, I didn't think we played bad in the third period. I think we probably outchanced them, 2-1, and especially quality chances. We had a lot of breakaways and things, so we struggled scoring in the third period. But the 2 plays at the end of the game that wasn't really happy with. Obviously we give them a breakaway just because we're kind of lazy getting off the floor and reacting, and then the second one was just a terrible penalty, a selfish penalty that gives them a power play, and they capitalized on both of our mistakes. So moving forward, we can't afford to make those ones.
Okay, so what can you take from this game moving forward to your next few games?
Certainly those 2 lessons there. Hopefully, you get bit by it once and you make sure it doesn't happen again. But, I thought our effort was great again. And, the one thing I was really pleased with was our offensive repeat possessions. We must have had the time of possession in our favor very, very heavily because our offense, got the ball off of, rebounds and worked them really hard. So that was a positive. And, our defense has been our bread and butter all year long. And they were good again tonight, and same with our goaltending. So all assets were really good.
Okay, thanks a lot, Coach. Thank you for joining us here on Rogers TV. Once again, that's a 9-5 Orangeville victory to remain undefeated at home on the season.